It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Aaron Jones. He had 6 touchdowns a week ago to match Alvin Kamara's 2020 benchmark. It's the Packers and the Chargers, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Now the man from Utah. And right away, he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On second down, it's Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He's got room at the 30, and he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was all capped off on the touchdown reception by Jamison Crowder. From the 6. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down.
Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Herbert operating from the red zone. This is caught. Touchdown. John Ross. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Chargers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job.
There he goes, right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
After After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with career touchdown number 70. And the Packers have taken the lead. Parkey with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Charger football to start quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd and 7, Herbert going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 4th down, Willis. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Chargers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
Once more, here's Eckler. And down to the 36-yard line here. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Willis to throw. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Now that's a quarterback who's in charge out there right now. Wants to throw the ball on 3rd down. Doesn't find anyone open. Tucks it away. Takes off and picks up the first down. Not by a little, but by plenty.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And complete right side to Cook.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
They'll run with Cook. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
James Cook, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays. They also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller, because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slam. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
He finds Watson complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 19. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Rodgers going to throw.
This one swung out here to Jones.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Second and 2, 1st down marker at the 8.
Now Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defense. Touchdown, Packers! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Packers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time, and the result, a Green Bay score.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw here, Herbert going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
Going on 4th down. Here's Willis.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Herbert throwing again. It's complete to Cook. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Willis looking to throw it.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Malik Willis in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman. And
sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cook up the gut. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. To return is Roberts. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Rodgers. But that's going to be taken in by Ashton Doolin. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play. But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. 2nd and 2.
Willis looks to pass it here.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. They juked him. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10.
The Packers offense set to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
A throw on the money there to Doolin.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here. Here's Rodgers.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Crowder's got it over the middle. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Herbert and the Chargers down 28-21. Just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Here's Willis rolling to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a 1st. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the 1st down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down at 4. Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing, Herbert. Catch made here by Campbell. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Willis to throw. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Malik Willis with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Malik Willis who took it in himself to cap things off. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked his special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So the focus shifts back to the Packers offense. Trailing by a touchdown. A little over 30 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now Rodgers. Man open, here is Crowder. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Rodgers to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the save calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chip.
And this is going to be intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Up the middle, Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try to force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, you crowd the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Packers, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.